Welcome to Sanctuary Signal, the voice that cuts through the noise. No sides, no tribes, just vibes for the call to unify and build something real. Welcome back to Sanctuary Signal. I'm Caleb, and tonight we're talking about something that touches every single one of us, whether we notice it or not. The profit motive. We hear about it all the time. Profit drives innovation. Profit creates jobs. Profit means success. That's the story that we're told. But what if I told you profit doesn't always equal value? What if the system that's supposed to reward effort and creativity actually rewards the opposite? Cutting corners, driving up costs, and leaving the rest of us running on a hamster wheel. Let's start with real life. Think about your daily basics: rent, groceries, healthcare. Why does it feel like no matter how hard we work, the basics keep getting more expensive while the richest keep breaking records? It's not because we forgot how to build houses, grow food, or take care of each other. It's because profit rewards scarcity and extraction, not abundance and well-being. If a healthcare company makes more money when you're sick and paying more, what does that say about the incentive baked into the system? Their so-called success depends on our suffering. It's upside down. This hit home for me recently when I was talking to my mother. She's a radiology technologist, the person who takes your x-rays and other imaging. She's licensed in South Carolina. She went through the training, passed the exams, earned her credentials. But just across the border in North Carolina, the state doesn't even require a license for rad techs. Hospitals there can legally hire people without the same level of training, and they can do it cheaper. And here's the kicker. Because South Carolina is right next door, that lack of licensing in North Carolina actually drags down wages in her state too. Employers compare across the border and say, well, if they don't need to pay that much over there, why should we pay more here? So my mom, who puts herself in front of radiation every day, doing a job that literally requires her to balance precision and safety, sees her pay and professional standing undercut. Not because her work is worth less, but because the system values cutting corners over recognizing skill and merit. And that's unacceptable. We shouldn't be paying people less for risking their health and keeping patients safe just because another state wanted to shave costs and call it good enough. That's the contradiction in plain sight. Profit rewarded, value ignored. If you want to fact check me, Radiology Business ran a piece on this, and the North Carolina Department of Health has it on their own site. South Carolina regulates rad techs, and North Carolina doesn't. It's all out there. You see this everywhere. Take housing. The value of a home is in shelter, safety, and family. But the price? That's been hijacked by speculation and corporate landlords who buy up whole neighborhoods and then raise rents because they can. Since 2019, rents have jumped about 31%, but wages only about 23%. This is BLS and Realtor.com data. Who's paying the difference? Not the landlords. It's us, the renters. And food is the same story. The value of food is in nourishing families. But Wall Street sees wheat and corn as casino chips. Prices go up not because food is scarce, but because someone found a way to skim more profit off of the top. Right now, about 26 cents of every grocery dollar doesn't go to the farm. It goes to packaging, shipping, and retail markups. This is from USDA reports. And across dozens of product categories, corporate markups have quietly climbed by 10 percentage points over the last couple of decades. That's an invisible tax baked into everything we buy. And look at healthcare. Nonprofit hospitals average a 3 to 4% operating margins. For-profit hospitals, they're putting in as high as 14%. That's not efficiency, it's profit being prioritized over care. So, what do we do about this? I'm not saying that we burn the system down and start over. What I am saying is there are better models, and they exist. Worker co ops where employees own a stake and share in the value, community gardens where neighbors feed neighbors, credit unions which recycle wealth locally instead of funneling it into Wall Street. Take Detroit. A program called Keep Growing Detroit started with about 80 gardens. Within a decade, it grew to 1,500 gardens and 25,000 people involved. During growing season, many families got most of their fresh fruits and vegetables from their own plots. This is from the Detroit Food Policy Council data. That's not some utopian fantasy. It's just people building value for each other instead of profit for someone else. And the numbers back it up. Even a small garden can save a family $400 to $500 worth of produce in a single season. And that's real relief in real lives. So here's the question I'll leave you with. If profit isn't the same thing as value, why do we let profit decide so much of our lives? Maybe the first step is refusing to confuse money with meaning and starting to build communities where value is defined by what makes us whole, not what makes someone else rich. That's the signal. And if this resonated, share it with someone you know who's tired of the hamster wheel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Caleb. This is Sanctuary Signal, and I'll catch you next time.